Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope everyone is doing well. I am fine myself, and let's get started. Our first word is hemo, meaning blood. And I'm going to give you an example word. Hemorrhage. Let me repeat that one more time. Hemorrhage. And that is clotting of blood. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. Hemorrhage. The hemorrhage in his brain was the cause of that. Right. Let's move on to our next root. Hepta. Hepta, meaning 7. I'm going to give you an example. Heptagon. Heptagon. Let's look at this word. Hepta means 7, and gon means angle. And the definition for this is a shape with 7 angles. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. A heptagon is a shape with 7 angles. Moving on to our next root. Herby. Herby meaning plant, and also means grass. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example. Herbivore means plant eating. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. A cow is a herbivore. Let me repeat that for you. A cow is a herbivore. Let's move on to our next root. Hetero means different, other. I'm going to go ahead and give you example now. Heterodox. Let's look at this word. Hetero means different, and dox meaning belief, religion. When we combine these two words, we get different beliefs. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. And I'm going to read that to you. There are many I'm sorry. Excuse me. There are many heterodox beliefs in the world. Moving on to our next root. Hexa, meaning 6. I'm going to go ahead and give you a known example. Hexagon. Now let's look at this. Hexa means 6. Gon means angle. When we combine this, it is a shape with 6 angles. I'm going to go ahead and give you uses in a in a sentence. Sorry about that. A hexagon has 6 angles. Moving on to our next root. Homo and homeo, meaning same, like, and alike. I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and give you an example word. Homonym means same sound. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. Let us go ahead and read that. There are many homonyms in the English language. Let's continue to our 7th root. Hydro, meaning liquid, and water. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example now. Hydrophobia. And let us have a closer look at this root. Hydro means, as we all know, water. Phobia means fear. And when we combine these two, it means fear of water. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. The girl couldn't swim because she had hydrophobia. Moving on to our next root. There's hygro, meaning moisture, and humidity. And let me give you an example of this. Hygrometer, and that means meter used to measure humidity. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. A hydrometer is used to measure the humidity in the air. Right, let's move on to our next root, which is hyper. Hyper means too much, over, excessive, and beyond. Let's look at some example words. Hyperactive. Active. Meaning very restless and very active. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. This child is very hyperactive in class. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you one more time. This child is very hyperactive in class. Our final root for H is hypo. Hypo, meaning under. And I'm going to give you an example word right now. It's hypothesis, meaning a theory that is unproven but used under, sorry about that, under the assumption that it is. I'm going to go ahead and mark this word for you and use it in a sentence, but before I do that, I want to reread the definition. Hypothesis, a theory that is unproven but used under the assumption that it is. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you guys. The hypothesis was proven with strong evidence. That is it for today, you guys. I had a great time. Hope to see you next time. Take care.